Hey crafty friends, it's Martin from martinsmayhem.co.uk. I hope you're all well. Today I'm back with a video sponsored by Altenew, so thank you Altenew. We are starting the card with some Pastel Sunrise cardstock. Now this cardstock is really cute. I really love the colour that it is. It's like a peachy orangey kind of pink. It's cute. Now, when I make my cards, I always do a coordinating matte layer, just slightly smaller. Now, I'm in the UK, so we use centimetres, so I use a piece of cardstock a centimetre smaller, all the way around. There you go. Now, I'm also die cutting the lily shape from the Crafty Life Feathered Lily set, and I'm going to ink blend those die cuts with the coordinated stencil. I don't know why I had to think about that. So in the Craft Your Life stencil, not stencil set, in the Craft Your Life Feathering Lilies, you get the stencil, the stamp set, the die, and an embossing folder. So we're not using all of the items today, but we are using the die and the stencil set primarily. I am using two colours here, which is Red Jasper and Peachy Keen, which is from the Tropical Tango Fresh Dye Ink set. And I will be featuring Frosted Foliage Fresh Dye inks as well, both Jade and Eucalyptus. Now, I am just ink blending those colours in over the flowers. It is really important just to be mindful that you, what am I trying to say? Create good depth. But what I am going to just say that Altenew has sponsored today's video, and what they are offering is for orders of $79 and above. If you use my code, you can get a free mini blending brush, which I am using as we speak. So I am going to flash up on the screen the deal anytime now. There you go. So my code is MARTINBRUSH, and it is available from the 27th of March. So any orders placed on my web store, use that code and you can get a free mini blending brush, which you can see me using. They are so helpful and so useful. Perfect to get such a good blend. I had never used a flat brush before I started working with Altenew, and I have to say, I am a huge fan. So I've moved on to the second stencil even, and I'm using the exact same colours, Peachy Keen and Red Jasper. I am going to do the leaves on the second stencil in Jade. My brain does work sometimes. The reason why I've done two kind of leaf tones is just to create some added interest. I did find the flowers did blend into each other a little bit, but that's just because I didn't work on my depth too much. And what I would say when working with dye inks is you can find that initially the colour goes on quite dark, but then it's absorbed into the cardstock because it's a dye ink and it can fade down. So now I'm just moving on to the third and final stencil, because there's only three stencils, but there's different areas within the same stencils that you can use elsewhere. And you can see I'm just going in with the Red Jasper in the very center, working out with that Peachy Keen, and I just love these tones together. There are other colors like I can't pronounce that word. Something Burst and a Tangerine Dream, which would give it a much brighter orange, whereas I wanted to keep it quite subtle. You guys know me, but look how cute that looks. Now with the stamen, I thought this needed a little bit of jazz, so I brought in some bronze, which is the metallic inks from Altenew. These are pigment inks, so they do not dry very quickly. So you can use your heat tool to heat it up, but otherwise let it dry, because I was finding bronze ink everywhere for a little bit after this card. Luckily, I did not smudge it because we know I have a habit of smudging things, but we're all good. So you're going to want 2 of these. I found it easy to actually die cut first and then line up the stencil. You could ink blend these down and then die cut, whatever works for you. I felt this worked better. I'm having 2 because I wanted to create a full card with this kind of imagery over the top. Now you'll see it's super subtle in tone and depth because I'm using very similar and muted tones, but that's deliberate. I didn't want it to be like bold and bright. I wanted to be kind of earthy. I am adding my matte layer up with some foam adhesive from Altenew, and then I'm going to pop over our stencil pieces over the top. Now, I'm just using foam adhesive. Foam adhesive is my best friend. I always say the higher the card, the closer to God, because, you know, that pageantry saying, the higher the hair, the closer to God. But we can make that work for us as well in the card making world. So I'm going to just add some foam adhesive to the backs of these, and I'm kind of angling one in the bottom right, no, the bottom left and top right. The sentiment we're going to go with is going to go in the middle, and the reason for that is it kind of has like an empty spot there, so I wanted to fill it. Now I'm trimming off one side with my scissors, and then I'm going to bring in a guillotine just to cut down the other 3 sides, just so they're nice and straight. Ideally, I like to do all 4 sides this way, but sometimes it's hard to get it straight. So just do half. Now, I would love to know what your favourite Craft Life kit is from Altenew. I'm still growing my collection, and at the moment I get to choose what product I work with for these videos. So I want to know what you guys would recommend. Could you let me know in the comments what I should be getting next for next month's video? Now, I've die cut a circle die, and I am stamping the thank you from the stamp set in that bronze ink, just so we can tie it together. And I really like how I used the outside of the circle to kind of place it in, so I didn't have to be concerned about it being straight or moving. Now I'm popping that up on foam adhesive again because that's all I appear to use ever. Now that's on there. I am stamping a secondary sentiment in mocha ink. Hoping I can see. Nope, I think it's mocha ink onto craft cardstock, and I'm just going to cut that down into a small strip even, and then that's just going to go onto a card. Now, as always, the product featured in this video are available in the description bar below. There are links direct to the Altenew store, including affiliate links. It just really helps for you guys to, if you're going to order something, order for an affiliate link. There's no additional cost to you, and it just helps me keeping crafting. I really would like to drop a day at work soon to actually spend more time making content for you all, and by you placing orders through my affiliate links, it helps me towards that dream. Full time, probably not soon, but maybe just drop a day a week would be good. Now I'm adding a little bow because you know me, I like my twine bows, and I've gone quite big with this, and I've left the tails long. I do end up gluing the tails down in place because they were just a bit too floppy, but that's completely optional. I did just use liquid glue. Well done me. I'm adding an ink splatter with some gold drawing ink, and then I'm going to add a few sequins. And those sequins are the anti-gold stellar sequins from Altenew. You can see I've popped a few on. Now I'm just adding some more because you can't have too much. Now, watching the video, you can't really see the card very well. So make sure you head over to my social media channels or my website, where you can actually see a picture of this card and see how pretty it actually turned out. I love it. Lots of earthy tones and all that jazz. I'm really grateful for you guys tuning in and watching this video. Again, if you have any questions, please leave a comment and I will be responding to you soon. Bye.